Let's make it count.
I must practice stories.
Next.
GSL Season 2. Renaissance. 2019 Mountain Dew GSL Season 2. Codex. Renaissance.
Yes, Renaissance. You might call this our Renaissance Festival, Artosis. Welcome to day 3 of the round of 32 here in the GSL Codex. We're going into Group C. We've already had some great games, but a lot of upsets here. Maru is out. He was eliminated in day 1, so this will not be his 5th GSL Codex to win.
Yeah, and we saw Trust eliminated last night.
We thought
as well.
Yeah, we thought we might not have Maru win this GSL. We just didn't think it would happen in the round of 32. So big shock there. Patience and Innovation advance, 2 great players. We also had in Group B, Impact and Gumiho advance.
Yeah, Impact slaned the group so hard, and Gumiho just barely squeezed out. So, it's a crazy season already, and this group could be even crazier. I look at this group, and I look at the guy that's supposed to get out in Classic, who, by the way, congrats on joining MKers, but, this is... I don't feel like this is completely straightforward, even though he is basically the best Protoss in the world right now. These guys are dangerous. All 3 of these guys are super dangerous.
Certainly. We're going to hop into this first match here. It's going to be Classic versus True. I'm looking forward to this. True, an excellent player. Definitely has a lot of very aggressive builds. Definitely one of the more well-traveled players, a worldly player here. Let's see how he does, though, this time around against Classic. Classic is one of the hottest StarCraft 2 players that there is that you can go against right now.
Oh, yeah. He's the best Protoss out there, really.
And especially with Maru gone, a lot of eyes now shifting towards Classic.
Classic won the GSL Super Tournament 2 last year, got 2nd place in GSL Finals this last season, and just won GSL Super Tournament 1 this year. So he's on a bit of a hot streak, you could say.
Yeah, he's on a killing spree here. So I think everybody expects him to move on, but we've already had a lot of pretty surprising results here. A lot of the players that are a little bit newer here to the GSL, not newer, I should say. They don't tend to accomplish as much. Are looking much stronger. Yeah. The landscape is shifting. It is changing here as we're seeing different play styles and different players dominate. Already when we started out here in the first day of GSL Codex. And by the way, guys, thank you for joining us here. This is the normal time we do GSL Codex, but we've also been doing Monday and Tuesday. We'll be doing that again next week. So if you're tuning in now, you can still join us throughout the entire week. We got a lot of StarCraft 2 and StarCraft 1 we've been doing.
We're zipping right through it, and it's a blast. Loving it. Okay, so this matchup, what percentages would you give these guys for winning and losing?
You mean these 2 guys in this match?
Yeah.
Oh, I think Classic 80%.
80?
Yeah.
That's pretty high.
Yeah. Why? Are you lower? I thought you would just completely agree with me on that.
80's awfully high. I think that True is 78? An upset monster. He's like someone who can't. I give him closer to 70, 75.
Okay. I'll tell you what.
80's a little bit outrageous.
I'll come down to 76. Can we agree on 76?
No, we can't.
Here, well, let's do this. 75.3 repeating.
Oh, I don't think that you're a calculator, Tasis. I don't think that you can actually put in the .3 repeating and mean it.
And mean it?
And
How
mean
dare
it.
you? All right, just .334. How about that?
Ah, okay.
All right.
Yeah,
I knew we could come to some kind of a decision here.
게임이 시작됩니다.
Makers. Classic.
Oh my God, it's Makers. I thought it was MKers.
Wow.
Crazy. What a world to live in.
Good thing you got put in your place there by the GSL voice.
He doesn't know.
Storm Gaming. True.
So, now we wait to see what True has up his sleeves, because Classic, like, you can study the hell out of him. He's shown so many builds in this matchup recently. He eliminated both Rogue and Dark, you know, in the previous season of GSL, in the round of 8, in the round of 4, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I mean, there's a lot that you can look at and kind of study, but he brought so many different builds and great execution and played really well. I think there was a little bit of choking going on by the Zergs as well, to be honest, but I mean, Classic is in tip-top form. Thing is, I feel like as True here, you're probably going to go aggressive. He's generally very aggressive. So, you know, even though there's all these games to study from Classic, you're not going to... True's not going to play a reactive Zerg is what I'm trying to say, okay? Because Dark and Rogue already died to him. True's reactive play is not going to be Classic.
Well, let's go back to, I think the biggest success we saw True have that we were at was in Montreal a couple of years back, where he murdered his way through the entire tournament. And it was really off of just these incredibly aggressive plays and excellent Ling and Baneling movement and just kind of getting the other guy out of position and basically shutting them down before they're ever really able to start up what their plan was. And I would expect to see the same thing from True here this time around. The thing about Classic is historically he was great at PvP and PvT, and he would struggle in PvZ. So a lot of times the distance he would make into a tournament would be dependent on how few or how many Zergs he had to face. But I feel like the way he's been able to play now, he's basically become the most well-rounded top-tier Protoss we have.
Yeah.
He does not struggle in PvZ.
It's impossible to deny. That's what it's been. Well, he's opening up with a Stargate here. I don't think that is too surprising or anything. I really am kind of excited to see what True wants to do, because he's just always underestimated. A lot of fans of StarCraft 2 he's one of these guys that gets trash talked a lot, you know, like a Haas or something, or a Patience.
Well, I think people like to roll their eyes at, you know, some players who are more aggressive, but honestly, there's a lot more to it than simply doing these builds that a lot of people tend to lose to, you know?
Yeah.
He really has to have a pretty deep understanding of how the other race is operating, all these different facets, if he's going to be able to come in there and do that kind of damage. And he's definitely made it work for him in the past. And I think he's a player that tends to be overshadowed overall compared to the other players we have here in the GSL. I mean, I really will be surprised if True were to win this, but I think if he does win this, we know what the game should look like, right?
Yeah, like it should be like a Nidus or just something very, very sharp. I mean, I'm not sure because everything looks kind of normally timed thus far. You got his spores out actually quite quickly here. Slightly more quickly than I think he actually needed, but that's okay. See the Oracle going across the map now. Yeah, look at that. Second Oracle and right into the Robo here for Classic. We'll see if he goes up into a Twilight as well.
Okay. Oracle and Phoenix going to come here, hitting at 3 o'clock. And it looks like he's going to get some kills off here on these drones. Almost gets the fourth one, and he does just barely get out there in time. Close call there. The Oracle one spore shot away from being shot out of the sky.
Yeah, you got to be careful about that. You don't want to lose it for one drone. Robo going to be finishing up here. Are we going to see a Twilight, or is he just going to go directly into Mortals? That would be actually kind of funny. And he's making more Oracles as well. All right, all right.
Yeah, we see oftentimes they'll stop it too, but this time around. By the way, War Prism, he did make it Immortal and insta-canceled it and went back into the War Prism.
Well, it's actually a Hydralisk Den coming up right now, which I think that plays like this can be very good. But I think that if you make Roaches as True in this matchup, I think you're going to want to go all in with them immediately. It's going to be like very early Roach. So I'm really happy to see as he goes into a later game that it's not Roach. Because if you do that, I guarantee you Class is just going to kill you with Immortals. It's just it's going to happen. It's very hard for Zergs to like you have to be a very top Zerg to go into Roaches and then, you know, play fine against the Immortals and all that.
By the way, it's now 4 Oracles total.
That is
does he send this all in together at once, or does he split this up?
Are we at Delphi? What's going on here?
Look at this. Okay. Wow, this is a lot of kills here. Good splitting on those shots. Already 12 workers killed, and not a single Oracle has actually been shot out of the sky yet. Even the Phoenix gets away.
Well,
oh, no, wait, one did. One was killed still, though. So much damage done over there.
Yeah. Look at that, 17, 18 drone kills right now because he is hitting with these Adepts as well. He's making Immortals and Sentries behind. Looks pretty good to me.
Kind of an awkward thing to watch there. So the Queen is taken out. He can then take the rest of these Adepts out when the threat gets too high, probably when these other Hydras come down, which they do. So he drives that away. There's a 4th base being taken in the upper right here for the Zerg.
Look how much damage he's done. 30 drones dead. He's lost 2 units or something.
It's going to be pretty easy for Protoss to set up into a powerful attack as the money starts to come in from that 3rd base that he's got. In fact, I think we're going to see that attack now with a very high number of sentries. Oracle still there to combo in with the rest. A Warp Prism present. And an Immortal here to help out in this fight. I mean, this is a lot of damage coming out here. And this is right behind when the Zerg lost a lot of drones. So you're either going to have to make an army to try to defend this, or you're going to be remaking drones and you're just going to get run over. So this is going to be a strong attack, and even if True holds it off, he should be behind anyways.
Yeah, he's not going to hold it off, so we don't got to worry about that, do we? This is... The amount that this army's better than what True has right now is pretty large. Well, this was a butchering.
Yeah, this is a complete total one-sided. This is a massacre. This is a murder.
Yeah.
This is
Zergicide.
This is bad. Yeah, this is Zergicide here. This is bad. There's really no way that Protoss is not going to win this fight. I mean, the sheer volume of units, the fact that Zerg is still hurting so much economically. And so we're going to be going into game number 2 in just a moment here. There it is. True taps out in Classic in a really powerful fashion, comes through and just smashes in that game.
Yeah.
And so now we got to see what's going to happen here in game 2. I got to say True was quite passive in this game. It seemed like he really had banked on this being a long, more dramatic game, not a win we're used to seeing True really harness if that had gone his way. So maybe he's going to try to be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more crazy this time around.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what his plan was, but when you lose 30 drones, it's impossible to put that together, right? Unless you have that machine that Batman used to reconstruct the bullet that went into the brick.
Yeah,
that's like the only way to reconstruct what True was going to do. Because that game was a bullet into a brick. Everything he was trying was shattered and like a roach hornet up. I'm like, I don't even know what this was at one point. It's like an asteroid hit another planet, and we know that there was biological life there, but we know nothing about who their 3rd president was.
Cyber Forest is going to be the map here for game number 2, and that is just now loaded us. Let's continue this best of 3 here in Group C of the GSL Classic versus True.
시작됩니다.
Makers Classic.
Kind of like MKers more. It's like, I wonder what MKers stands for.
Yeah.
Storm Gaming True.
Well, a little bit of an annoyance there. Send his drone elsewhere. Let's see some more aggressive play here from True.
I think even more so in this game than the last game, Classic is going to be anticipating some kind of a rush. I think you win in a game like that, you say, God, I'm good. Man, that was easy, and that felt amazing, and I totally smashed him there. There's no way this guy wants to try to get into another game that could allow me to do that again. Because Classic clearly knew exactly step by step how to set up to get a huge, crazy lead and just come through with a push. I mean, those Oracles zapping down the drones, I don't know.
I like the way you described that. It was like a clickbait YouTube title. Oh,
little baby.
Hi, baby. It's got its sound-canceling headphones. I'm going to pretend those are headphones, though, to listen to the English
That's
commentary.
right. Baby's learning the English catchers right now.
This is the real English hog one right here. Bring your kids down, listen to us.
Yeah.
Ah, what is Classic up to?
Well, there's a pylon hidden down here in the bottom left. The probe peaked up and is now turning around. So what does he want to make over here? Stargate.
Maybe not, though.
Nope.
Oh, it was.
He spiked this out for a second, though.
See what True finds here. Like, there's a possibility you can run down there and see what's up. First Adept's certainly going to come over. Maybe keep those Lings a little bit more busy. Oh. Yeah, it's veering in such a way I don't think it's going to quite see it.
Okay. Coming in here and now hitting. Oh. Looks like, I don't know why we're looking at this Overlord. Okay, back to this fight. That was really weird. He has managed to make those into spores. So far, I don't think that Adept got any kills here just yet.
Oh my god.
He doesn't see it. How crazy is that? Now, again, the Oracle is what's actually more important than the Adept in this rush. You want to see how many kills can that possibly get.
I'm a little bit nervous for him right now. I think it's going to get a lot. Let's see. 6? Let's say 6. It's going to get 6 kills.
Let's say 6.3 repeating Nertosis.
Well, that's not a kill then. A kill is a yes-no situation.
Okay, here we go. He's going to come in. True immediately reacting to this, trying to get his drones away, but this is a lot of damage being dealt here. Immediately throws down some spores and makes an extractor.
Oh, no. Oh, thank God that they just run out of energy eventually, right? That's the only thing going to save True. 7 drone kills. Oh my gosh, he still hasn't found it.
Yeah, and you know, even though this is a slightly different build here, the idea is the same, is that True is losing too many workers here, and it's going to be pretty easy for Protoss to set up a killing blow. I mean, you're losing this many workers right away. Yeah, absolutely, they're going to come in there and do a lot of damage later on. I don't know how True's going to be ready. I mean, the whole idea is that because Zerg, you know, all their units, except for, you know, the Queens, come from the same source, the Larva. So if you're making them remake that many drones, they just can't have an attacking army at the same time. And Zerg can only rely on static defense so much. So, I mean, again, this is one of the most core, straightforward ways to beat a Zerg, but it seems like it might be happening a second time around here. Get in there, harass, take out workers, and as they're attempting to play catch-up here, your attack should be so strong you can come in there with a closer.
Well, it looks like he's going mass glaives after this, right? So, minimum, he's going to get a ton more drones. Okay, here we go. Take out this Queen. Shade finishes, though.
Oh, man, now these Adepts are doing so much. This third base just can't be defended. These drones can't even get out. There's going to be 2 more drone kills easily here. Shading forward to a place that's very drone-rich. The drone's now turning to try to help in this fight. It's now 13 kills here as the Lynx try to come in and close this out. But, I mean, the targeting here from Classic is just so powerful.
Yeah, 15 drone kills off of those Adepts.
Ouch.
And that's after all the drones that the initial ones killed. Okay, he's at 28. He needs 2 more to match last game.
And then Glaives is about 5 seconds out from finishing, so that's going to make these Adepts even stronger. 3 more gateways here, and Immortal about to come out. It looks as though True is going to go for Ling Baneling, unit comp that he's had a lot of success with in the past, but this is going to be him just trying to hold off a rush, not so much trying to do some kind of a timing attack or a bust or anything like that. Classic just tearing through the map. This may be too much.
He definitely doesn't even have any time to try anything like that.
No, he's not even watching.
Okay. The 2 of them get frozen
he saw
there, but
almost at the last second.
oh my gosh, those 2 were the lucky ones. Little did we know.
Yeah.
Well,
they're there frozen in terror. You'll never kill us all, Adepts.
let's see if he can maybe get some good Baneling hits here. Trying to figure out what you do for a victory from here. I feel like you get amazing Baneling hits on Adepts, and then you do a count real quick, because Classic is sitting on 2 bases. You know, he is really putting a lot into the Adepts, so they do have to do something. that kill a hatchery and all of your drones.
Wow, great recall here. Looks like one death is going to be left stray, but a good amount actually get back here. And look, again, this is just mounting more and more and more. I think it's going to be... Okay, this is the same game again, Artosis. This is...
Very similar.
Yeah.
Except even more rough this time.
Is this where we find out that we're stuck in the same cast over and over for eternity? We just have to figure out how to make this cast the best possible cast we can.
Well,
in this futuristic version of Groundhog's Day. Or GSL
I'm going to stay in this cast forever then.
Yeah.
Imagine we have to stay here until somehow True comes back from this point. Like, oh, no, 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 no! Because this is looking so incredibly impossible right now. He's got a bunch of Lings over there, but his production is not even that high. There's so many force fields. This just makes it really difficult to get those Baneling connections.
Yeah.
This
Here we
micro,
go.
though, could help. Yeah. Gosh.
Yeah, there's no way that anything melee damage is going to touch him anytime soon. This hatchery is going to be blown up in just a second. There it is. GG. A 2-0 victory there for Classic. Easy peasy. And True will go down to the losers match.
Yeah.
He's not eliminated yet, but he's close.
That was a rough one for True. I think he's better than what he looked like there, but this is the strongest Protoss in the world right now. So really showed his strength. I mean, what else can you say about it? He just bashed a Codes player.
Yeah, I think that a lot of Zergs would have lost exactly like that to Classic.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just a very good player. True, clearly frustrated. It's going to be a long journey if he does manage to get out of this group.
Yeah.
But maybe Classic gets out first and he can at least avoid playing that player again. Coming up next is Solar versus Hurricane. Don't go away.